Kicking off the chat today, Ursula Andress's James Bond bikini scene is still Britain's sexiest swimsuit moment, 2 years short of its 50th anniversary. The Swiss actress set hearts pounding when she emerged from the ocean wearing the iconic white two-piece in the 1962 Bond flick Dr. No. The outfit topped a new poll of top 10 swimsuit moments of all time. But when it comes to, you know, getting it all out on the beach, Jane McDonald, do you feel it brings out your sexy side?
Well, no. Well, see, when I was in my 20s and my 30s, it was probably because I used to work on a cruise ship. I don't know if anybody knows that. But I used to be so confident. I was a lot bigger than I am now, but I didn't mind getting everything off then, and because there was no media involved or anything like that. It was only once I came into the media that...
What, when you were on the cruise ship?
Yeah.
There was no media involved?
No. No, I don't mean...
Funny that. I thought you were followed around by a camera for 2 years.
No, but before that, I worked on ships for 8 years.
Ah.
So on
but
that 8 years...
But were you ever on the beach, though, because you were always on a ship?
Yeah, I mean, I had this fantastic leopard... Oh, look at me. I had fantastic them at that age, I'll tell you. But and they were very pert, I remember that. But I had this fantastic leopard skin print bikini.
Of course you did.
And it was fantastic. And I used to think I were Ursula Andress. Yeah, I did think I were great. And it didn't matter that there were
what
roles
about now, though?
I'm a little bit more... resilient now. I try and cover up a little bit more now.
Resilient or reserved?
Reserved, that's
reserved.
the word. I'm not right good at that, am I? Stick to leopard skin bikinis, I know what I'm talking about. But no, I'm a bit more reserved now. Not resilient.
Reticent.
Yeah, reticent.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Yes, reticent. That's the word.
Really? I think reserved, yeah.
Who cares? I'm not that anymore.
Yeah, but you've got Ed, and you know it doesn't really. Why do you care what anybody else thinks?
Well,
why don't you just still get it all out?
Because you know I am a little bit shy now. I've gone a bit more shy with other people. I don't mind Ed looking at all my bits and floppy bits and things like that. But
do you get sexy?
Well, I've learned, you see, because everybody knows I'm not the most sexiest person in the world, and it takes a while for me to get in the mood. But I have found that if I take a really good sexy book, you know, like Jackie Collins or something like that, and I start reading it about 10 o'clock after my scrambled egg, by the time I've had my 11 o'clock sangria, I'm up for it. But I've got to have read at least 3 chapters.
For a snooze?
Yeah.
Start tapping him up. Right, come on, it's time to go. I know what you mean, though. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, it does go together, doesn't it? Sun, sea, sand and... sex and sangria, of course. Yeah, I think it's a sexy place to be. You know, there's nothing else to think about, and with all that bare flesh everywhere. Although where I go, my favourite beach in the world is Patong in Phuket in Thailand, and I tell you what, some of the sights you see there are just so unbelievable. It's such theatre. It's entertainment beyond belief, and I love it. But it's still, because everybody is so unself-conscious, it's like a very sexy place to be. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's strutting their stuff and walking up and down.
Is it also different shapes and sizes, is it?
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Oh, is it? Ages, creeds, colours, people, everything. Just absolutely everything you can imagine.
It does depend where you are, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah. But it does make you feel... You know, you start thinking about stuff, and, you know, because you're on holiday, you've got no stress, got nothing to worry about, have a few drinks. You do, like, you get in the mood.
Sheets in the hotel room.
Oh,
well, exactly, that you don't have to wash. Brilliant.
I must admit, I mean, I pretty much grew up on the beach because of growing up overseas, so we were on the beach all the time. It never struck me as, like, a sexy thing. It was just what you did. I was more of a kind of surfy girl rather than, you know, I never did any parading or anything. And it was only since having children where things didn't bing back quite to where they were before. They kind of went...
But you see, again, the beach thing, in Europe, I find that the Italian and the French thing and all that showing off just makes me die. Ever since I was young, I just knew that I didn't look like all those beautiful people, so I'd lie there.
They're not all beautiful,
well, mostly they are, and so I'd create a diversion. I'd get somebody else to go somewhere, and then I'd go, ha, ha, run into the sea and lie down, and I'd be there. And that would be fine, and then I'd think, oh, I've got to get back to my chair now. And I'd slowly kind of go up the beach, you know, till I got to my spot. But my favourite, I mean, and I'd watch other people being sexy, you know, feeling the least sexy I could possibly be. And after I'd had my first son, I'm under a parasol in Italy, and they do like a bit of a show-off, the Italians. And I was huge, you know, I just had this little boy who loved me to pieces, you know, and was there. And, like, the sweat was pouring down me in rivulets. And there was this woman standing... I have to stand up to do this. And she's one of these Italians. So she stood there and she made sure everybody looked, and then she went, ah, ha, ha, ha. So we all looked, and then she went, to nobody in particular, and took her bra off and went... and I thought, I just want to be sick.
Yeah, but Bellas, there might have been a time when you did that.
No, never.
Because you wear a sexy minx.
No, I was full of
still
embarrassment.
are, but,
No,
you know.
embarrassed about sewing costumes.
Maybe
Can't
she
do...
was drunk.
No, she just was a show-off. Oh. She had a lovely body and everything, don't get me wrong, but we didn't all have to look at it all the morning, you know.
Do you reverse into the sea?
Yes, that's it, yes. Or as I just lie on the sand and kind of lie and kind of wriggle into the sea.
Yeah, you walk back, pretend you're talking to someone, go, yeah, I'm just going in the sea now, backwards, because you don't want people to see your bum wobbling. Do it all the time.
Oh, I can't bear it.
Oh, I felt right. Time for a break before we give our